Hello, this is the Provoked Prawn, and this is the Logitech G Pro X wireless. This is a premium gaming headset from Logitech, an expensive one that'll set you back around £189 or $199 depending on where you're from in the world, but a very nice headset that's well worth considering, and I was excited to get my hands on this as I was a big fan of the Logitech G Pro X, the wired variant that came out a few months back, and this is an updated version that is now wireless, and a fantastic option if you're looking for a wireless headset. Now, this is an unboxing video where I'll be talking to you about what it's like to use, showing you what's included in the box, going through the highlights and lowlights of this device, as well as discussing the numerous different features, one of which is this microphone that I'm using to record the voiceover for this video. This headset comes with Blue Voice software that allows you to customize the sound quality of the microphone's capture, tweaking the settings and adjusting it to your preference, and that's on the fly, so you can adjust it, and it makes it perfect for streamers and other people that need live voice capture but deliver a good quality. And I'll show you the software at the end of this video to show off what that's like. And I've covered Blue Voice technology before in other videos on the Blue Yeti X microphone and on the other G Pro X headset, but it is an interesting selling point. The main highlight for me though is that this is now wireless, which makes it a very good option because I'm a big fan of wireless technology. It does require a PC to get the best experience, and here you can see the Lightspeed wireless dongle. That is a DAC that allows for the conversion and the awesome sound that comes from the DTS Headphone X 2.0, so you get a good quality positional surround sound audio from this. And as I said, this is a wireless headset. Now, wireless headsets don't tend to offer the same quality of audio as a wired headset, a more premium one like the Odyssey Mobius that I looked at recently. And this is still expensive, but it is wonderful in a number of different ways. It sports 50mm hybrid mesh Pro G drivers that have a frequency response between 20 Hz and 20,000 Hertz. It has a 16-bit rate and a 48 kilohertz sample rate, so it's capable of delivering some pretty decent sound. Those drivers also mean it goes nice and loud, and it has some pretty good quality to it. It comes with a 1.8 meter USB-A to USB-C charging cable that allows you to plug in and charge when you need to, and as I said, that's up to 20 hours of battery life that you can get up to it. And the wireless range is said to be up to 15 meters. I found it to be pretty decent, solid connection, only disconnects after walking away like 2 or 3 rooms away, so it's pretty standard in that way from a Lightspeed technology and from a wireless device, so I've had no qualms with it there. The microphone is detachable and bendable and flexible, and it comes with a little windshield on it. That's a cardioid unidirectional pickup pattern, and that is capable of 100 Hz to 10 kilohertz frequency response, and it does a decent job of capturing audio. It isn't as good as a full-blown dedicated microphone, but it is pretty nice, and of course, because it's detachable, it means you can take it off and swap it out if you so wish. Now, the headset itself also comes with 2 sets of ear cups, and that was one of the things that I really liked about the wired version, and it's similar to the Astro A50 in that way, in that it has swappable ear cups and a very nice design in terms of comfort to it. It comes installed with faux leather ear pads, and they have memory foam cushioning inside them. You can see them here. Those obviously offer a good bit of noise cancellation. They're not terribly deep, as you'll see in a minute when I get close up to them, but they do block out some external noise. And then it also has the velour pad ones that I'll show you in a minute as well, which in my mind are far more comfortable. You'll see a steel and aluminium frame there, extendable headband, really solid design. It certainly oozes a build quality that I think will last and last. I don't think you're going to find any problems with this headset snapping or having any issues there. You can see nice extendable headband as well, so it'll get nice and large and stretch over your head It's fairly comfortable in that way. One thing I will note is that the ear cups themselves don't twist inwards and outwards terribly, so you can't fit it as neatly to your ears as other headsets that I've tried where you're able to move them around a bit more flexibly. It's kind of a bit stiff in that way, but it doesn't clamp to the head, and it's certainly not uncomfortable. It's a very nice padded headband, nice padded ear cups, and a pretty decent design. They're quite large as well, so they cover the ear nicely, and there's not been any issues with comfort. As I said, they are a little bit shallow, so perhaps if you have large ears that stick out, you might find a bit of a problem. I would like it if they were a little bit deeper, but it's not a major gripe. The ear cups come off easily enough as well. You can just slip them off. I will note that I find it a bit difficult to get them back on because it's just a slight hook around the outside, and just to demonstrate that I actually kept the footage of me making a complete hash of trying to put it back on and trying to get those velour ear cups on, and it took me quite a while to do, and it's quite fiddly, and you get them on one side and then they come off. This is just a minor gripe because obviously you're not going to be swapping them on and off constantly, but I really like it on the Astro A50 where you basically they're held on by magnets, so you can pop them off nice and easily. Now I'm going to do a couple of videos to compare this headset with other similar devices, and I'll talk to you about why I want to make those comparisons as I go through. But as I did with the wired version, it makes an obvious comparison with the Astro A40, which is wired, and the Astro A50. Although probably a bit more expensive, there are some similarities, and that's because Logitech owns Astro now, and so some of the bleed between the two companies results in bonus features for both, and that comes across in these ear cups, because those ear pads, the velour ones on the right, are very similar to the ones on the Astro, and that is no bad thing because they're incredibly soft. Said it in the past, the Astro A50 and A40 are some of the most comfortable headsets I've tried, and that comes into the Logitech G Pro X wireless as well, and very, very soft, comfortable feel, like little puffs of cloudy goodness on your ears. You can of course opt for the faux leather earpads if you prefer. Bit better in terms of noise cancellation. Both have memory foam padding, so both are very comfortable in that way, but as you can see, not terribly deep, which is a bit of a shame, but a minor point on an otherwise very comfortable headset. Again, those ear cups just slide on over the little lip. You just have to have a bit of patience and perhaps be a lot less clumsy than I am, but the fact that it comes with both options in the box and allows you to swap without having to pay for an additional upgrade to purchase extra ear cups is a nice touch. I swapped them out almost immediately for the velour style ones over the faux leather because they're so much more comfortable and enjoyable. What you will note though is even straight out of the box they've already picked up little bits of dust and hairs. They are a magnet for dirt and particles, and I haven't even worn them at this stage. I just literally got them out of the box, but they're already grabbed onto that. So if you are a stickler and a bit of an OCD maniac that likes things to be very clean, then you'll probably want to stick with the faux leather ones because they don't have that problem. Now, aside from the comfort, you'll also see a very nice design. I really like the design of these ear cups. They have that kind of pilot look and feel to them. They look like serious business and a very sort of old-fashioned look and feel to them, but also not terribly gamerish. Just like the wired variant, this is a very nice looking headset with some really nice visual aesthetics to it, beyond just the soft ear cups and the solid steel and aluminium headband and the really nice leather padding. It also has this nice external look and feel to it in terms of the G logo on the outside and a really nice sort of finish on that. Headset itself also is a very good sound quality to it. As I said, wireless means that you don't necessarily get the same frequency response, but you do get a very good audio to it. I've found a very rich experience so far. Positional audio has been great for gaming too, knowing where the enemy are and got an idea of their position to win the battles when I'm gaming, which has been great. There are various different settings within the software as well that you can customize and change the surround sound setup, and I'll show you that a bit later on. Here you can see how you can just plug and unplug the microphone with ease. Now this headset, despite the price, is fairly low frills in terms of what you get as sort of connectivity options. There's no Bluetooth connectivity, which is a real shame. You do get the ability to mute the microphone on the rear. You can also adjust side tone within the software. You have a basic volume wheel that when you roll it all the way up, you will be alerted when you've hit the top end of that volume, and there's a power button, and you can also set it to automatically power off so that it saves battery, and you'll see a little battery status indicator underneath as well, then that light, and then of course the USB-C connection. Now there's a few gripes with this. You're paying £200 for what is a very nice headset, very nice looking headset. However, there's some real downers for me. I think that it's a shame that they've not included other connection options. Although you have that wireless connection option, and obviously you can use it plugged in, wired with that USB-A to USB-C cable, there are no options for Bluetooth. There's no Bluetooth connectivity here, so you can't pair with your phone, for example, or any other Bluetooth device, which is a shame. And also there's no 3.5mm jack, which means you couldn't connect it to other things. So if your phone has a 3.5mm connection, or if you wanted to use it on console with 3.5mm, you can't. You don't have that option. This is very much all about wireless or USB-C connection. And as I'll show you in a minute, that also is limited in the way it works too. And this is a bit of a downer, I think. There are other headsets at a similar price point, and I'm going to do some comparison videos just to show that off, that offer more in terms of connectivity with other devices, with multiple options, whether that's USB-C, 3.5mm, Bluetooth, and maybe wireless as well. Some of those are available at less money than this headset, so that is a bit of a downside, I think. However, if you're not too bothered about using these as headphones on your phone and going out and about with them, and you just want a good quality headset that you can plug into your PC and get your game on, that has a great quality microphone, as you can hear, and brilliant surround sound, good quality design, great aesthetics, really good comfort, then this is obviously a winner. I really like it. I've got a lot of good things to say about it. It's just a real shame for me that it doesn't have a 3.5mm connection. Simple reason that I want to use it with a Go XLR preamp, so I can plug it in there and then I can monitor my sounds when I'm streaming. I can't do that because it only has that USB-C connection. It doesn't have a 3.5mm in any way, so that's a shame. You can't connect it to my phone either, and that's a bit of a shame too, because sometimes it's nice to be able to listen to music on your phone, but if you just want to plug it in and game away, then there's no problems. Now, I did think that this is a USB-C connection. Perhaps I could use a USB-C to USB-C cable, so I have a couple of those laying around. I tested it out. They don't come in the box, obviously, these aren't included, this is my own cables, but I thought maybe I could plug it into my phone and see if it will play music that way, and unfortunately it doesn't. It also won't even connect and work via USB-C to USB-C on PC. It will charge, no problem, so you can charge it that way, but it won't play music that way or allow you to play games through that connection either, which is a real shame, I think, and a bit of a shortcoming of the headset, and surprising actually too, because I've seen other headsets like the Corsair Virtuoso that did work in this way, and you think if there's a USB-C connection it would just work, but for some reason it doesn't, which is a bit of a downer. Otherwise, a really nice headset. And here we are in the G Hub software. I'll leave a link to this in the description, but it's basically Logitech's simple software for engaging with your headset and doing things like clicking on here to update your firmware, checking battery life and other things, and you have other various settings here that I'll quickly go through. I'm going to start with some of these other ones. You can see, for example, you have an equalizer where you can change between various different sound levels, customize it for FPS, for example, and that's all tweaked, and obviously you can add your own and create custom ones there. In terms of acoustics, you can can also disable and enable the DTS Headphone X 2.0, as well as adjusting the sound there and changing the settings on it too, testing it, making sure it's all working. You'll see here you can also adjust the side tone of the microphone so you can hear your own voice when you're talking, which is obviously useful for various things, as well as adjusting the mic levels too. Now, the main selling point of the software is the ability to do things like enabling blue voice technology, which then changes the sound quality, and you can test this by recording a sample of your voice and then changing how that sounds, and then you can just go through different ones in the settings. For example, now I'm on broadcaster 2, and then you have AM radio, G2 caps, G2 Kenny S. These are all different settings that have already been preset for them and change the way you sound. You can obviously then go into each as well and tweak things. I found in the past, like one of the broadcaster one works quite well. DS obviously takes the S's out of your voice as you're talking. High pass filter, noise reduction to take some of the background noise out and do things like that too. And you need to play around with this depending on your environment and obviously the quality of your voice. Now, it isn't as good as doing post-production changes to your audio, but I haven't done any edits to the quality of the mic capture that you're hearing now, other than this live changes and to normalize the levels. But you can see that you can change all sorts of things in here and get a different quality sound to it, or you can just choose and go between the basic setups and the way they are there. It's possibly a bit gimmicky, but it is nice if you're finding you're struggling with various problems with noise in the background, for example. Obviously, being able to adjust these settings is useful. All in all, the Logitech G Pro X wireless is a fantastic bit of kit. A very comfortable headset with some really nice features to it. I feel there are a few niggles, for example, in terms of not being able to connect via Bluetooth or USB-C, but otherwise, if you're looking for a good, solid, well-designed, really good-looking, good-sounding headset that works wirelessly for a long time, 20 hours, on PC, then this might well be it. Check out the links in the description for other videos that are worth looking at, and be sure to stick around for my full-blown review where you get to see it on my head, as well as a bit more in-depth experiences. Hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching.
This has been the Provoked Prawn. Hope you found this video useful, interesting or hilarious. Be sure to subscribe and check out these other videos, as well as taking a look in the description for links and information you might find useful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or anything you'd like to see extra about this, and have a great life.